ninth graders. In today's session, we are going to learn about factorization technique, which is most popular. That is middle term splitting method. Most of the students get stuck how to split the middle term, especially in the root questions. So whenever you get a quadratic polynomial, you have to find out the factors. Middle term splitting method is a savior for all of you. So in today's session, we are going to cover all sort of questions of middle term splitting. After finishing this session, you will be easily able to crack any sort of question which comes in your exam. So let's start quickly. We'll understand first how we're going to carry out middle term splitting methods. It's super easy. What you need to do, children, you need to multiply the first and the last term of a quadratic polynomial. अब middle term splitting method सिर्फ quadratic का होता है या cubic का भी होता है, ये समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Middle term splitting method is a savior in both the cases, quadratic as well as cubic. Most of the questions we will be focusing upon the quadratic polynomial first, and then we will be focusing on cubic polynomial as well. So first we'll understand कि आपका middle term splitting होता कैसे है. So what you need to do, you have to multiply the first and last. Now what do you mean by first and last? If you look at the general form of quadratic polynomial here, children, so the general form quite looks like this, in which you have given a polynomial, right? And in terms of x, y, z, it could be any variable, right? And then you have to find out the quadratic term, means the term having the power 2, right? And then you have to find out the linear term, means the variable with power 1, and the constant term. So first what you have to do, children, you have to multiply the coefficient of the quadratic term. So here you can see there is no number. That means it has 1 over here. And then you have to multiply the constant number. So coefficient of the quadratic term and the constant number, that means you're going to multiply for this particular polynomial. आप 1 और 6 को multiply करेंगे, and then it will be 6, and both are positive. Find the two numbers whose product, that means first and last, and sum is the middle number. आपको क्या करना है, आपको ऐसे दो नंबर्स फाइंड आउट करने हैं जिसको आप ऐड या सबट्रैक्ट करो तो आपका हमेशा मिडिल नंबर आए, और मल्टीप्लाई करो तो हमेशा आपका इन दोनों का प्रोडक्ट आए, फर्स्ट और लास्ट का. राइट चिल्ड्रन? सो हियर आपके पास 6 आया है प्रोडक्ट. 6 के फैक्टर्स जो 5 दे सकते हैं, दैट इज 2 टाइम्स 3 क्लियरली. तो आप इसमें क्या करेंगे, हमेशा फर्स्ट टर्म और लास्ट टर्म आप एज इट इज लिखेंगे, बिकॉज the topic itself says it's a middle term splitting. So you have to split the middle term. You have to decompose middle term as 2x. You'll split it as 2x plus 3x. Very simple. Then what do you have to do? You have broken down the middle term. You have done step number 3. Then you're going to do grouping, children. And then finally you're going to take common. So grouping के लिए हम क्या करेंगे? First two numbers and the last two numbers को group कर देंगे. So what can you take as common? It's x, children, right? So what are you left with? X plus 2. And then you write the operator, which is right in the middle as it is. It could be plus, it could be minus, right? And then you will take 3 as common. So what are you left with? X plus 2. So you have to make sure whatever you're getting in brackets after taking out common in two brackets, that should be same. If it is not coming out to be same, then you must have done some mistake. You have to go back and reflect at your steps. So what do you have here? X plus 3, and then you have x plus 2. Very simple. So what are the two factors? Since it's a quadratic polynomial, you need to make sure that you're getting two factors always. The degree of the polynomial talks about the number of factors that it gives. So here the degree of the polynomial is 2. It's a quadratic polynomial. And how many factors do you have here? There are two factors. And what are those two factors, children? X plus 3 and x plus 2 are the two factors. So we have understood, but that's not so simple. Practice will make you, because इसमें वो कई बार चेंज करेगा, इसमें दोनों पॉजिटिव साइंस थे, तो you have done it very easily. Now we'll start with the first one. We'll slowly move ahead and I'll slowly increase the level of the questions so that you gain confidence rather than getting stuck in between कि एकदम से ऐसा कैसे हो गया. So we have x square plus 9x plus 18. So we'll write the first term as it is. So its coefficient is nothing, means the coefficient is 1. So what are you going to do? We'll go by step. So we're going to multiply the first and the last term. That makes it 1 times 18, which is 18 children, right? So you're going to multiply the two. You have to split it as to get 18. So how could you do this? What are the other factors? So can you make it 6 times 3? Because 6 times 3 gives you 18. And at the same time, when you're going to sum up the two, you will get answer as 9. Right, children? So you're getting the middle term on adding it up, and you're getting the product of the first and last on multiplying the two factors. So this you need to make sure कि जब आप multiply कर रहे हैं तो आपको product मिले, और जब आप add और subtract कर रहे हैं तो आपको क्या मिलना चाहिए? Middle term मिलना चाहिए. So what do you have here? X square plus, how are you going to write? 6x plus 3x plus 80. Right, children? First and last term as it is. We had split the middle term, 9x as 6x plus 3x. So you are going to do the grouping. So we are doing grouping here. And then we have to take common. So what is common here? X plus 6 plus 3. So what are you going to get? X plus 6 here, children. So x plus 3 and x plus 6. So these are the two factors, right? So let's move ahead towards the next question. So here we can see the negative signs also. So what do you have? You have x square minus 4x minus 21. So again the coefficient is 1. अभी जितने भी questions आ रहे हैं coefficient 1 आ रहा है. So 1 times minus 21, you have to be very careful with the sign. So what are you going to multiply? 1 times minus 21. So the product is minus 21, right? Product करोगे factors का तो minus 21 आना चाहिए, और add और subtract करके आपका क्या आना चाहिए? minus 4. So आप 21 के factors करेंगे तो 7 and 3 clearly, but you have to make minus 4. So minus 4 के लिए you will make it minus 7 plus 3, and minus 7 times 3 will give you minus 21. So it is satisfying both the condition, children. So let's split the middle term into minus 7x plus 3x minus 21, right? So you have x, we are getting x minus 7 plus 3, that will give you x minus 7 again. So this is x plus 3 and x minus 7. Super simple. First splitting, then grouping, then taking common. We are done with the kind of questions. So we are done with the middle term splitting. So let us quickly move towards the next one. So here, क्या देख रहे हैं हम? We have the root numbers. So root numbers scares us lot, right? बच्चों को root numbers बहुत scare करते हैं. So here you have the root numbers in the middle term. अब मैं इसको बहुत ध्यान से आप इसको समझिएगा question को. One by one we'll solve both the parts there on the screen. Right, children? So you have to multiply the coefficient of x square, that is quadratic term, and the constant term, that is the last term. So 1 into 12 will give you 12. ठीक है. अब आप यहाँ क्या देख रहे हो? यहाँ पे आप √3 देख रहे हो. मतलब आपको पता है कि √3 will come from 3. Every root number square will give you a whole number, right? And every number is a square of its root number. So if I'm saying 3, 3 is a square of square root 3. If I'm saying 4, 4 is a square, 4 itself is a square number. Let's take 5, children. So 5 is √5 square. It's a square of its square root. Every number is a square of its square root. So आप यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे? आप 12 के factors करेंगे, 4 and 3. What are you going to do? You're going to make its factors 4 and 3, children. So what do we have here? 3. और हमें यहाँ क्या चाहिए middle term में? √3. So you're going to further split it as √3 and √3, right? So can you make the grouping here like 4 √3 and √3? So अगर आप 4 √3 plus √3 करोगे तो आपके पास क्या आ जाएगा? 5 √3. So that's what is your middle term. So this is how we do. You have to check for the root number, then split the product into its prime factors or the factors, and then you have to find out कि वो root number किस factor का है. Just split that number into its root number and rearrange the terms. That is what simply you have to do. So ये करने से आपका काम बहुत short हो जाएगा, right, children? So how you're going to put this? X square plus 4 √3 plus 4 √3x plus √3x plus 12. A second challenge that students face while solving the root polynomials middle term. राइट अब दूसरा आता है कि मैम ग्रुपिंग कर ली, चलो हमने ग्रुपिंग कर ली, अब कॉमन लेने में सब सम स्टूडेंट्स फेस स्ट्रगल, तो अब कॉमन को भी समझते हैं. सो वी हैव एक्स ओवर हियर चिल्ड्रन, वी हैव एक्स प्लस 4√3, राइट, प्लस अब आप देखेंगे आपको इसमें से कॉमन कैसे लेना है. हेयर वी गेट स्टक. अब 12 के फैक्टर्स देखो, 12 के फैक्टर्स है 4√3 और √3, राइट. आप क्या कॉमन ले सकते हो, 12 के पास √3 है एज अ फैक्टर, तो आप √3 कॉमन ले सकते हैं. x यहाँ पे बचेगा, आपने √3 कॉमन ले लिया तो इट हैज कम आउट ऑफ द ब्रैकेट. व्हाट आर यू लेफ्ट विद 4 and √3. What will you write it here? Simply 4√3. So we can see that the two brackets are absolutely same. So we will write x plus √3 and we will also write x plus 4√3, and this is how we are done, right children. Now let us solve the next part together. So those students who are watching this video, kindly take out your books, notebooks along, take out your pen and start solving along, right? So we have the coefficient 1 and minus 30. So you will write 1 times minus 30. The product is minus 30, right children? So 30, आपको √3 दिख रहा है. So that means you're going to part 3 and you have 10 children, right? सो हियर 10 को भी आप फर्दर फैक्टराइज कर सकते हो 2 5 में, बट यू हैव मिडिल टर्म में यू हैव रूट नंबर और वो भी 3 का है. सो आई कैन एक्सप्रेस 3 एज √3 टाइम्स √3. तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे 3√3 चाहिए, तो इनकी पेयरिंग कर दो 2√3 एंड 5√3. सो अगर आप देखेंगे 5√3 minus 2√3, the sum, the difference of the two will give you 3√3. It's super simple. It's super simple if you do it stepwise. If you follow the right technique, you will end up getting the right results. So x square plus 5√3x minus 2√3x minus 30. Right, children? So it is x plus 5√3 minus 2. So what can you take common? Can you take out 2√3 common? Absolutely, from 30 it has 2√3. So we will take 2√3 common. Right, children? We have 2√3. We can easily take out 2√3 from 30 as common. So what are we left here, children? We have x minus. So आपके पास क्या था? -2 लिया ना, तो that will make it positive, children. So what do you have here? 5. What are you left with? 5 and √3. So आपके पास क्या बच गया? 5√3. Very simple. So the two factors are x minus 2√3 and x plus 2√3. Right, children? So this is how you can easily sort out your root numbers. Now let's move ahead towards the other kind of question. See, this kind of question is frequently asked in midterms. Root numbers आ जाते हैं, आपको इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन आ जाता है, और इस क्वेश्चन को देख के most of the student get puzzled. Is it really to get solved by your middle term splitting? Yes, absolutely right, children. अब आपको क्या देखना है, आपको उसका पैटर्न देखना है. Look at its quadratic term, look at its linear term. They are both same, just the power difference. So can we let, ऐसे क्वेश्चन हम कैसे करेंगे, हम इसको लेट कर लेते हैं x is equals to p plus q. Very simple, right? अब आप क्या करेंगे, आप पूरा पॉलिनोमियल चेंज कर देंगे in terms of x. So what do you have? You have x square minus 20x minus 125. So when you have this, so you have x square. अब 125 के फैक्टर्स करेंगे तो क्या होगा, 25 times 5. राइट, 125 के फैक्टर्स क्या होंगे बच्चे, 25 times 5. सो 25 times 5 विल मेक इट -20. कैसे बनाओगे, -25x प्लस 5x minus 125. राइट चिल्ड्रन, देन द नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज सिंपल, ग्रुपिंग कर देंगे आप, बहुत सिंपल है. तो आपके पास ग्रुपिंग में x कॉमन आ जाएगा, x minus 25. अब इसमें आप क्या कॉमन ले लेंगे, आप लेंगे +5 कॉमन, तो आपके पास क्या बचेगा, x minus 25. So here you have x plus 5 as one factor and x minus 25 as the other factor. अब आपका जो क्वेश्चन था that is in the terms of p plus q and p plus q. So what are you going to do in the last step? Just replace x by p plus q and the question is sorted. So the first factor would be p plus q plus 5 and the second factor is p plus q minus 25. So these are the two factors. Simply you can solve it. So kaisa bhi question hai, just follow the right technique, follow the steps, put your signs, be very careful about the signs, grouping, taking common and putting the factors together. Now moving ahead towards the next question. This is the next question we have, children. So we have a की power 4 plus 4a square plus 3. अब बच्चे कहेंगे मैम इसको कैसे मिडिल टर्म स्प्लिटिंग करें, दिस इज बाय क्वाड्रेटिक. इसका भी बहुत सिंपल सा रूल है, बाय क्वाड्रेटिक को क्वाड्रेटिक बना देते हैं, फिर लास्ट में उसको बाय क्वाड्रेटिक बना देंगे. सो सुपर सिंपल. इसको करने के लिए व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज, आपको क्या करना है, आपको इसको लेट करना है. So the basic term, base term is a square. Let's a square be x, right children? So हम क्या करेंगे, a square x है तो a की पावर 4 क्या हो जाएगा, x square plus 4x plus 3. Now it is totally sorted. So you're going to multiply the two. The product is 3. So when you split it into 3 is a prime number. So 3 times 1 and 3 plus 1 will give you 4. तो splitting बहुत easy है, but आपको टेक्निक आनी चाहिए कि अगर वो क्वेश्चन का फॉर्म चेंज करेगा तो आपको कैसे ध्यान रखना है. एंड मैथ्स ऑलवेज कम्स विद प्रैक्टिस एंड प्रैक्टिस विल मेक गिव यू एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, राइट चिल्ड्रन? So here we have x square plus 3x plus x plus 3. So simply we have x plus 3, right, plus 1. We have x plus 3. So we have x plus 1 and we have x plus 3 as the factor. It's super simple. अब आप क्या करेंगे, आप फिर से x को a स्क्वायर की टर्म्स में लिखेंगे. So x is a square plus 1 and it is a square. So अब आप देख रहे थे पहले जो हमने दो क्वेश्चंस किए थे, that was the root question, that were root questions and that the root term was in the middle. But here you have the root terms in the first and the last term. So let's multiply it. Root 2 times root 2 makes it 2 and 2 times 4 makes it 8. So basically you have to factorize 8 to get 9 in the middle term. So it's very simple. 8 times 1 will give you 8 and 8 plus 1 will give you 9. बहुत सिंपल. तो रूट को देख के कभी भी डरना नहीं है, सिंपली जैसे सॉल्व करते हो उसको वैसे सॉल्व करेंगे आप. सो वी हैव रूट 2x स्क्वायर प्लस 8x प्लस x, you have split the middle term, plus 4 root 2, right children? So you're going to pair it up, you have grouped it together. So what are you going to take it out? Root 2x, because we know that 8 is having root 2 also. अब जो बच्चे एकदम से नहीं पकड़ पाते, कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, so let's split it up. So root 8 को आप क्या लिख सकते हो, 4 times 2 and you can also write 2 as root 2 times root 2. So अगर आप root 2x कॉमन ले रहे हो तो आपने root 2 कॉमन ले लिया, that has come out of the bracket. X is left here plus what are you left with? 4 root 2, right children? Plus nothing can be taken out common from the next grouping. So when nothing can be taken out common, we take 1 as common. So x plus 4 root 2 children. So what do we have? Root 2x plus 1 as first factor and x plus 4 root 2 as the another factor. So very simple. So here we have learned also that if you get the root term as first and the last term, how to solve it? If you get the root term in your middle term, how to solve it? So you may practice such kind of questions to gain experience. In the end of this video, I'm going to give you a list of questions that you're going to do on your own, and do leave in the comment that which question you could solve easily and which question struggles you the most. So let's move ahead towards the Next question. So this is the next question. Now you can see that the coefficient of the quadratic term itself is having 35. अभी तक जो मोस्टली कर रहे थे उसमें 1 था, अभी हमने रूट 2 वाला भी किया. अब आप बच्चे क्या मिस्टेक करते हैं, मैं आपको मिस्टेक्स के साथ बता रही हूँ. अब उसकी वजह से वो एक ट्रैप में फंस जाते हैं, अ कैलकुलेशन ट्रैप, एंड they end up losing marks, they end up losing time while solving the question during exam, because time is money, children, and time is precious while solving the questions. So here, children, you have 35 times, you have to multiply the two. अब बच्चे क्या करते हैं, which I've seen in my physical classes as well, they start multiplying the two numbers. Why to do so when we have to almost, we have to split it into its factors? So we will just split it into its factors. That will give 7 times 5 makes it 35, and 12 will be 3 times 4. You can further split it into 2, but I'm keeping for now as it is, right? अब हमें क्या करना है, हमें add और subtract करके we need to get plus 13. ठीक है, हमें प्लस 13 चाहिए. तो अब हम कैसे करेंगे, एक बार हम रीअरेंजमेंट के साथ करके देखते हैं. सो 7 times 4 makes it 28, and 5 times 3 makes it 15, and 28 minus 15 will give you 13. Very simple, easily हो गया. So you're getting it. So 35 y square, right, plus 28 y minus 15y minus 12. Very simple. तो अब आप grouping करेंगे. The next step is grouping. And what can you take out common? The common factor, which is 7 and y both. So what are you left with? 5y plus 4. अब आप नेक्स्ट ग्रुपिंग में से क्या कॉमन ले सकते हो, आप नेगेटिव साइन कॉमन ले सकते हैं, आप 3 भी कॉमन ले सकते हैं. तो आपके पास बचेगा 5y. नेगेटिव साइन कॉमन ले चुके हैं तो अंदर प्लस हो जाएगा. सो दैट विल गिव यू 4. सो वन फैक्टर विल बी 7y minus 3, and the other factor is 5y plus 4. Easy. So आपको करने की नीड ही नहीं है. बहुत सारे बच्चे ऐसे मिस्टेक कर देते हैं कि 35 टाइम्स -12 कर दिया. क्यों करना है जब आपको फर्दर स्प्लिट करना है फैक्टर्स में? सो दैट एब्सोल्युटली नॉट रिक्वायर्ड, राइट? सो लेट अस मूव फॉरवर्ड towards the next question. This is one of the another kind of the root numbers. So it's for practice. So you have 4 root 3 and you have 2 root 3. You have to multiply. So we always multiply rational to rational and irrational to irrational. So when you multiply 4 times 2, it has gone there. 4 times 2, that makes it 8. And root 3 times root 3, that makes it 3. Right, children? And that the product will give you 24. So आपको 24 के फैक्टर्स करने हैं जो आपको क्या दे, which will give you 5. So 8 times 3 अगर हम देख पा रहे हैं वो हमें 5 देता है, because 8 minus 3 will give you 5 as the middle term. अब अगर हम आगे करते हैं, so let's start writing. Split the middle term. 4 root 3x square plus 8x minus 3x minus 2 root 3. Very simple. The next step is children grouping. आप steps ध्यान रखेंगे, आप कभी भी नहीं बोलेंगे, and आपको टेक्निक भी फॉर एवर लर्न रहेगी, नॉट जस्ट फॉर सेक ऑफ पासिंग एग्जाम. सो अब आप क्या करेंगे, ग्रुपिंग के बाद आप टू टेक आउट कॉमन. तो कैन वी टेक आउट कॉमन? 4, yes. Does 3 is a factor, is 3 a factor of 8? Absolutely not. तो हम सिर्फ 4 ही कॉमन ले सकते हैं. तो what are we left with? Root 3x plus. अब आपने 8 में से 4 कॉमन ले लिया, you are left with 2. X is already, yes, we have to take out x also. So that I missed up. So we have 4x we are taking common. So we are left with root 3x plus 2. Then you're taking minus sign common. And what you can take out common, 3 or root 3? Absolutely root 3. Because 3 has 2 root 3s, but root 3 doesn't have 3. Right? So here children, we can take out root 3 common. हम minus sign negative और root 3 common लेंगे. What are we left with? अब हमने एक root 3 ले लिया. So we are left with only root 3 here. So root 3x and plus 2, right? So this will be 4x minus root 3, and we have root 3x plus 2. Simple, sorted. So we have done this Also, and you have the two factors. This question with us in which we are given a fraction, right, as the linear term and the constant term as a coefficient of a linear term. अब आप इसको देखोगे ध्यान से, how to solve such question, इसमें भी बच्चे बहुत कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं. अब ऐसे क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करने के लिए सिंपल है, आप बिल्कुल सिंपल तरीके से चलो. टेक एलसीएम. So 6 and there is nothing, that means it is having 1. So 1, 6 and 12 LCM will be 12 children. So 12 times 2 makes it 24 x square. Up 6, so you have to multiply it with 2 here. So minus 10x and plus 1. अब इस केस में आप क्या करेंगे, जो आपका डिनोमिनेटर है दैट इज अ कांस्टेंट टर्म, तो आप 1/12 सेपरेट कर लेंगे एंड द पॉलिनोमियल टर्म्स आउट टू बी 24x square minus 10x plus 1. राइट. सो 1/12 आपका एज इट इज चलेगा. अब आप क्या करेंगे, 24 और 1 को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, you'll get 24 and what you need as a middle term is minus 10 here. So 12 times 2 will make it 24 and minus 12 plus 2 will give you minus 10. Right, children? So we are getting both the product as well as the middle term. So how we are going to write it? 24x square minus 12x plus 2x plus 2. Right, children? We have plus 1, sorry, not 2 here. So we have 1. So you will take 1/12 outside. Now you will do the grouping part and then you will take out common. So you will take out 12x as common. What are you left with? You are left with 2x plus 1. And from the second grouping, you will take plus 1 common because nothing can be taken out. So 2x plus 1, bracket close. So 1/12 is here. 12x plus 1. And we have 2x plus 1 as the factor. Right, children? So this kind of question can easily be done. Moving on to the next. Now I'm going to show you homework that you have to do because self-practice is very important part of learning. Whatever you learn, whatever you understand, you have to reflect it on your own. You have to do it on your own to gain experience and to gain expertise. Right, children? So this is your homework, children. Here it is your homework. So I put up all kind of questions we have discussed in the class today. So you can see the questions here for practice. So do tell me in the comment below that which questions you could easily crack and which questions have give you a lot of challenge, right? Which question struggles you the most. So if